So, Coach, the indoor season has wrapped up, and for your women's team, in the absolute best way possible, you won your first national championship. Just kind of talk about the emotions you and your team were feeling when you knew you were going to get that trophy.
Well, it obviously wasn't a magical season, and winning a national title was never something we ever thought was attainable at Central Missouri. We just never thought we could be good enough to compete with the elite teams in NCAA Division II. But things came together for us this year, and we had some phenomenal athletes and got in the battle at the national meet. And as things were unfolding in the last day in the triple jump and high jump, and those events were going really good for us. And once we started figuring out the points and knew that we were going to win, the emotions that our crowd and our team had up in the stands was phenomenal, and it was really fun. And had two girls competing in the high jump at that point, and trying to get the message to them that we were national champions was a lot of fun. And then obviously to get on the award stand, to be the #1 team in the nation, and the joy and excitement of the athletes who have worked so hard to attain that was just something we'll never forget.
It's your field events that you really excel at. That's where, you kind of rack up the points. Do you see all that success transferring to outdoor?
Well, definitely, and obviously, we've kind of really put an emphasis on the field events, and part of that is because, some other schools in our conference, Lincoln University, are so dominant in the sprints, and that it's hard for us to compete with them in those events. And so we've went more to the field event areas, but we still want to be a well-rounded program. But the field events are something we're going to utilize as we move into the outdoor, and hopefully our kids are up to the challenge.
In the last month or so, we've had some pretty good weather. I've seen some of your athletes. Actually, this morning I saw a kid out there throwing. So have they been able to get out there and get some work done track-wise too, on the track? How is the transition going to be for them indoor to outdoor?
Well, obviously the transition has started quite a while ago as the weather has got better. And to be honest with you, our hammer throwers, some of our javelin throwers, they've been throwing all winter outside. They don't really have an option. So they're doing the work outside. Now, as we need to get outside to get into the 400 hurdles and some of those 4x1 exchanges and things like that, we're behind. And part of that is our preparation for the indoor national meets, the spring break trips that we made in different places that we were, where our team was not together as a group. We hosted the high school indoor meet the last 2 days. So all those things have kind of slowed down our preparation as we move into outdoors, but we've got time. So that really now becomes our focus as we move into the outdoor season, and the competitions that we're going is, still our focus is a conference meet and beyond our national championships. But right now we've got to start putting some things together, put the pieces together so we can get ready for the outdoor season.
On the men's side, you also sent several athletes to the national championships. They did very well too. How do you think those type of people, Kellen Locke and Kenesha Rayner and Nicole Phillips, what do you want to see out of them once they get outdoors?
Well, kind of moving back to our indoor conference meet, I was so proud of how our men competed. And we had a chance to win that meet, but we had a couple unfortunate injuries there, a couple kids that, one of them was an All-American but wasn't able to finish the conference meet, in Tyler Chancellor. So I was proud of how he bounced back 2 weeks later. And, one of our team leaders, Osvaldo Granillo, who had a great conference meet, was second to 400, leads off our 4x4 and gets hurt at the conference meet and is unable to run on our team at the national meet that's 5th in the 4x4, and we're hoping to get him healthy as we move forward. Kenesha is a great hammer thrower. Indoor he throws away, but he's a better hammer thrower. Cole Phillips is anxious to get outside and get on bigger poles with tailwinds, and I know our kids are excited to get out and enjoy the good weather, to get the winds behind their backs, and to get out and get after it again.
The same kind of strengths we saw from your men, like the athletes we just mentioned, that their strengths in indoor, is that going to be about the same in outdoor?
Well, definitely. I mean, it's the same athletes. In many cases, it's the same events. Obviously, the javelin, the discus, the hammer, those are a little bit different. But we pick up the 4x1, which is a little bit different. But overall, really, it's the same people going head-to-head against the same people in the conference. And, we're going to ride our strengths. But at the same time, especially on the women's side, Nikki Douglas, who was third in the national meet in the 400 hurdles last year, now she gets a chance to do her event. So we're just trying to get better.
We hosted the MIAA Indoor Championships, so we know what the atmosphere is like, how tough it was. Our men barely lost, our women barely won. The MIAA is such a tough conference. Talk about, it's a while down the road, but once we get to the MIAA outdoor meet, what are you expecting out of that?
Well, I just hope there's the energy that we had at the indoor conference meet. And, it wasn't just Central Missouri. It was Pitt State, it was Emporia State, it was Kearney. All those schools brought energy, and that's what makes a competition fun. And on the men's side, there were several schools in the hunt, and that also creates more excitement and tension at the same time, and that was a lot of fun as well. As we move into the Outdoor Conference Championships, they're going to be hosted by Lindenwood, which we've heard they've got a new facility over there, and we're excited to go over to the St. Louis area as we have several kids on our team in that area. And the things that I look for at the conference outdoor is very similar to what we saw indoors. Right now I consider Lincoln women the team to beat just because they were the defending outdoor national champions, and nobody's beaten them outdoors since they've come back into the conference meet. And we're obviously hoping to get in there and mix with them and battle hard. I know that Pittsburgh State's going to be a lot better outdoors. They pick up a very good female athlete, jumper, that was on their basketball team that really made a major impact last year. I know Missouri Southern's going to be better. Their distance runner's going to make a huge impact, and we hope to be in the mix with those teams. And that's really all I ask out of our girls is continue to work hard, continue to get better, and give us a chance when we get to the conference meet. And we need to stay healthy to make that happen. On the guys' side, Pitt State has had a good hold on the conference titles the last few years, and we're hoping that we can get in the mix. Missouri Southern's got great athletes. They're going to be in the mix. Nebraska Kearney, who was in the mix indoors, is going to also, they have great throwers. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to it, and we're going to go and compete as hard as we can. And once again, the key for us, success-wise, is got to stay healthy.